Hello everyone, welcome back to Last Call BBS. We've kind of explored all the games now. I guess I could download the one I don't ever want to play. That wouldn't hurt, I guess. And actually, I don't know that they're all the games. You can add new servers. Maybe there's some trick. Although, I mean, they do see add docs. So it really opens at a web page. Axiom Quickserve scripting reference. You can define... Huh. Yeah, so it's some kind of... Gosh, there's a lot going on here. I don't know. Anyway, we're not going to do that. But maybe there's some, Easter egg in the game where you can connect to another server. I don't know. Without having to define one yourself or download it from another player or whatever. But that seems kind of like the modding hook or something. Yep, last call. Let me in. Wait, why am I dialing up? Oh, right, to download the game I don't want to play. Kabufuda software. Solitaire. Okay, and today we're going to do more 20th century food court is what I feel like doing today. Such a ridiculous intro screen. I kind of love it. Even though I'm not really familiar with what it's the item it's nostalgicizing? We got Mumbai Chaat. Okay. Oh, I didn't read the text. Help. One of the common patterns we see in 20th century food is the need to keep things interesting by varying shape, texture, color, and of course flavor. With a U, the Brits won. Interesting. The great combinatorial variety made possible by different ingredients was always explored thoroughly. Okay. So tell me what I'm going to have to do. They're gonna order either puri or papdi. I don't actually know what that means. I'm not super familiar with. I'm happy to have an Indian curry, but I do not know what all the names mean. This looks more closed. This looks more open. Who knows? So, ingredients: tray and dough. Fry into puri. Or dock first? What the hell does dock? And then fry into papdi. So dock, I guess they're adding something to it before they put it in the fryer? In either case, you have to put it on the tray. No? I see. Only after you're done cooking it do you put it on the tray. So it's not like nachos and pretzels where we put stuff on the tray and then spray cheese all over it. We have to prepare it and then put it on the tray and ship it out. But also they want different sauces on it. Okay, cool. So I have dough, tomato, mint, and yogurt. How do I know what they want? Do I put all the sauces on? Tomato sauce, mint sauce, and yogurt sauce? That sounds difficult. And I only have one yogurt sprayer, so probably not. So my current order is just for puri, right? Is that what it was called? It's hard to read the font. Yeah, puri. And papdi. So these are... I would feed the input to this saying I want tomato. But why would I want tomato? What are the new machines I have available? I have a sequencer. Play back a pre-programmed sequence of output signals after start is activated. Well, that's exciting. So I guess... And it looks like I have access to all the tools now, except for the fancier counter. I have a fryer. And the router is kind of like a different sorter of some kind. Left, through, and right. Huh. Oh my god. I'm in over my head on this one. But I don't even understand what they're ordering. Like, oops. Instructions. So it's like sample order is just, oh, I'll either order puri or papdi, right? Dock first. Dock means, I guess, drill some holes into it, kind of? By putting it through this grinder kind of thing? Maybe they just always want all 3 sauces. Sure. That makes sense. Because that would be easy to do with my sequencer, right? So... you maybe run it through the squishing machine, then you fry it regardless, then you put it on the tray, then you sauce it up. With, I guess, all 3 sauces. It does look kind of like there's 3 different things there. Okay. So, how do we do that? I mean, I think the saucing should be pretty easy. Well, not easy. It's something we can do in isolation without having to worry about the other stuff. So give me a sequencer, please. Oh my god, stop. So... I think we just want, like, this, right? So first put tomato on, then put mint on, then put yogurt on, and then release the hounds, right? So there's a start and a stop. Repeats until the end. No, resets when you get to the end or you stop. So you don't have to stop it early. No, you don't have to stop it on time. It'll just, when you send start, it'll send those 4 signals and then quit. Oh, actually, I think I can save a little time here by doing that. Right, because we know you can put you can put something on as it leaves. We did that before. Now there needs to be, I feel like, a scanner there or something, doesn't there? Except... I don't want to be constantly sending it start signals. Who knows what would happen? So I guess what I want is a scanner above it, wired up to start. And move all of these down 1. So I'm going to send it like, hey, get ready. There'll be food here in a second. And it's going to like do nothing for the first turn. And then, when the food arrives, it'll start splorting all over it. Okay. So, by the time something gets here, we've already lost track of what someone ordered, right? But maybe we can use the same trick of scanning. Just like before, we scanned a glass of red wine to find out whether it wanted to be red or wanted to be white. We can probably scan a lump of dough to find out whether it wants to be puri or papdi, right? To decide whether to send it to the fryer first. Oh, this all shouldn't be so low because we need a stacker here. Because that happens after we... Or wait. No. We put the sauce on after it goes on the tray. Ah, so we don't need a scanner. Because we're going to have a stacker here anyway. And we can use its input to say, to send the signal here. So when it's all stacked, give me one of these. When you have stacked, you should both eject yourself and start this machine. Let's find out, I guess, whether this idea of I just dumped it on the floor. What a psychopath. Let's find out what a scanner would make of this. Nothing? It's just dough? How can it fail to scan anything? Does it only scan things that are on trays, or what? Okay, let's, I guess... Let's just check by putting a sorter here and wiring it up to never let go of the thing. And drop a scanner in. Oops. Yeah, so the scanner never activates at all looking at that. Okay. I mean, maybe I have to use another sequencer to delay information from this? Or wait. Based on whichever input was last activated. I thought it meant for some reason like whichever way you last sent something out through it. So like the first time it would go forward, the second time it would go left, the third time it would go right, and then it would loop or something like that. But that's not what it's saying. It remembers the input you give it. Okay, so that's what we're supposed to use here. So give me a router, please. And if it's... Puri's the one without the holes in it? Yeah. So if it's Puri, send it right. And if it's Popti, send it straight through. So in this case, wait, what have we been asked for? We're being asked for Puri, so this should go to the right. And then it's on the floor. Oh no, but that was the plan. We were just testing. Now how do you fry something? Give me a fryer. Well, actually, yeah, I guess the fryer goes here, right? Sense and eject. Okay, so how long does it want to fry for? 2, I guess? It looks like there might be 2 dots there. Ah, wait a minute. The tray... We need to do more of this work over here. Because we don't want to cook, we don't want to put it on the tray until it's cooked. So the tray just goes straight through here. But all the cooking has to happen over here. Oh, I just deleted my controller for this thing. Okay. So let's put it like that, maybe. We can always move it down if it turns out we have more space. So give me back the router, please. And once again, if it's Puri, Let's assume we want to send it right, and if it's pop T, send it straight. I don't know if that's correct necessarily, but sure. I figure we're gonna have a friar here that drops us onto the main thing. In fact, we could probably stand to be quite a bit closer. Doesn't matter though. And give me a friar first, I guess. Which goes like that. Probably we want this or something. So this seems kind of clunky, but this is what I imagine, right? We're going to put a hole poker here and go straight into the friar otherwise. And then dump that onto the tray. So let's delete this and put a hole poker. I know, it's a docker, I guess, whatever. Here. And I guess the docker doesn't need any special instructions. The friar, though... What is the friars? Okay, it has sense and eject, so it knows when something goes in. Okay, so we can get a counter again. Ah, and we're gonna need a multiplexer for the input after all. For the start signal. Oh my god, I can't click in there because this other wire's in the way. Oh, no, because it's an input. I see. So let's put this whole dough mess down here, I guess. Or the friar instructions down here. So that we can say at start, put a -2 in there. And if you sense something, give it a -1. When you're done, eject. So I'm almost afraid we might make correct Puri here. I'm sure I've missed some things, but this was kind of the basic setup I wanted, so let's see what it does. So we got some dough out, and this thing, oh, it's got a little arm, how nice. It sends it over there, and it's in the dough. So the dough's sense is lit up, which means we're going to be decreasing by 1. And we've ejected it now, and it looks good, right? We plonked it on a tray. And is this thing all ready now, or? It actually seems like I could have done this a turn sooner. But yeah, we did it. We made Puri. Yeah, we could have saved the tick here. I guess there didn't need to be a delay for some reason. I guess it doesn't replay immediately when it receives instructions. It starts on the next frame. Wait, what happens if you just do it all at once? Presumably that's not allowed? Too many inputs, yeah, okay. So there you go, we made some good stuff. Now we're gonna send it through and get some holes in it. And it still just wants to be cooked for 2 ticks, so perfect. I think we're done, right? Okay. Well, I said that was what I wanted, and I thought there would be some bugs left, but apparently there weren't. Moonboy Chat. One of the... Oh, we already did that. Yeah. These have to be the most complex flavors they were able to achieve with their technology levels. How did they do it? Good if you like your food to have a lot of tastes in it. You can't be a human being if you don't eat food, my auntie said, so I came here and ate it. It's fine. But still, I don't see why I need food to be a human being. Okay, well, a window into the culture of the 28th century? 700 years, it said? Whatever. 27th? I don't know. So, we did fairly well on time. We were pretty normal on cost. What could I have done to make things faster? This routing looks inefficient, doesn't it? I'm not sure of the details of like how we could have done it better. Well, I mean, I could scoot the whole thing up by 1, but that doesn't actually help, I think. Because it just takes the same amount of time to get from here to here. What you'd like to avoid is this kind of roundabout thing, right? If you push the whole thing up, but left this here... Yeah, that should work, right? If we move this up, and the sorter... Yeah, I mean, that should be a small improvement, right? In fact, it's hard to see how it could be any more efficient, right? We're sending in an absolute straight line path, or a Manhattan distance path, from the input to the output. Okay, maybe this could start out closer? Okay, that's an improvement. And we're in the lowest tier. Is there an improvement we could get within that tier? I don't know, not an easy one. Because this... If it were here, then we would have a better straight line path for Puri, but a worse off to the side path for Popti. And I couldn't have it divert over to this side, I don't think. Because the fryer really does have to be facing left. I can't get back in... Yeah, okay, this seems fine to me. Alright, what is this? A new letter? Greetings, operator. Interest in the 20th century human life continues to grow, and the 20th century experience is receiving more visitors than ever. As part of this effort, we are meeting our visitors' demands by adding even more 20th century style cuisines to choose from in the food court. Sometimes it's difficult for people to remember what was actually available in the 20th century. No medicitiety. I don't know how to pronounce that word. It means like fullness or not hungriness, but I don't know the right pronunciation. Satiety? Nutrient sublimation, etc. Historical realities like this may seem like a letdown at first, but it is our belief that diners will soon find there is still much to admire about 20th century food, no matter how crude and disgusting it may seem at first. We get to make a Mr. Chili. A type of ice cream that became popular throughout dining establishments of the time period, soft serve, was an inexpensive treat the whole pod could enjoy. Note that this product is served cold at a period-accurate temperature of minus 237 Celsius. That's just about absolute zero, isn't it? I mean, it is. I don't know exactly. Absolute zero is minus 273 something? Is it minus 273 exactly? I don't remember, but this is very close to absolute zero anyway. Oh no! Ah, what is all this? Okay, so it's just... There's... I see 8 different things they can ask for here. But there's 2 choices of 3. Shouldn't there be 9? What is not represented? They have all 3 chocolates, all 3 vanillas, and only 2 twists. You can't order a medium twist. Okay, fine. Or maybe this is just a sample. Maybe you can order a medium twist. It does say sample orders. Okay. So you dispense ice cream twice for small, 3 times for medium, and 4 times for large. Okay. And when do you put it on the tray? I guess beforehand, because they're showing it already on the tray here. And how do you make it the right kind? Does the ice cream maker have a swirl button, I guess? No, but it has chocolate and vanilla, so... If I do this, is it going to dispense like chocolate and vanilla? It doesn't seem to be mad that I sent it 2 inputs. It just seems mad that there's nothing under there. So I think that's how you do a swirl, is you send both. Any cool new machines? We have a bigger counter. What's this all about? The same thing, except it has 4 control inputs. And 4 steps. Okay. And we lost whatever was up here last time, didn't we? I think there was something here. So you have to get the thing on the cone on the tray first. That's the easy part. No problems there. And then you have to remember what... Well, no, I think you have to scan the cone to find out what inputs to send to the ice cream dispenser, right? The same way we did for red wine, and red and white wine. And I guess you use the large counter with one value being subtract 1, which we're add 1, I guess. Which is what we're going to use while we're dispensing ice cream. And at the start, depending on how large an order they make, we're going to set the value to either, 4, 3, or 2, or something like that. Yeah, that seems workable. And in fact, I think you can just feed the output of the scanner right into the ice cream machine, right? Or, well, what does the scanner look like today? Oh, senses passing... What is a sensor? Okay, so it's a scanner that doesn't care about the details of what it's scanning. And it's cheaper, I see. Oh! I never read the text on scanner. If a barcode is present, provides information on what was ordered. I see. So, yes, that makes sense now. Alright, but I do need a scanner right here. And it makes sense that it's giving me now exactly what would have been here. Right, it's repeating, give me another copy of the input. Okay. So put just a sorter in here should be fine. And the scanner, I think... No, it can't just... Because there's twists. It has to understand twists somehow. Oh my god. Okay, so I think I need 2 multiplexers for this. Actually, is there a copy button? I think there is, but I don't know what it is. It's fine. I'll just go through the menu every time. So if you detect chocolate or twist, ask for chocolate. Wait, this isn't right. This isn't right. Oh my god, this is so complicated. So we need, like, at least 3, maybe 4 multiplexers for this plan? I might be stupid, but this is what it looks like to me. So we detect if there's chocolate and vanilla, and if there's twist, right? This all seems fine. And then we need, 2 more multiplexers. Oh my god. Where, no, wrong click, hello? These are the chocolate and vanilla channels that we're pulling out of here. So if you wanted chocolate or twist, then this chocolate is gonna send chocolate to the actual ice cream machine. If you wanted vanilla, or twist, then send vanilla to the vanilla channel, and then over to the mixer. Ah! Undo. So, I mean, that's incredibly complicated ice cream wiring, but I can't imagine any other way you're supposed to tell the ice cream dispenser to dispense weird stuff. And we checked, and it seems willing to take 2 inputs. So I think this is what they want from us. And I think we just want this with a stacker. Wired just to itself. And now give me the big timer. So, oh, we need a multiplexer for this too. No. We don't. Because at start, we want to just dispense a cone. We don't want to touch the timer because we need to know what size they wanted. So this is going to be, no. -2 for small, -3 for medium, -4 for large, +1. So, oh, it even outputs positive and 0 separately. Well, that's kind of nice. So if we get a small, do this. A medium, do this. A large, do that. Maybe it would be cleaner to have this wired right up, yeah. Now, when the sorter senses something, it should send a -1. And when there's a 0 here, it should send it straight through. So, I don't know that this is correct, but I've kind of done all the things I meant to do, and now let's see like how the debugging goes. So they ordered a small, I guess. Let's actually rewind and check. Yes, they want a small chocolate. So we stacked them, that makes sense. Okay, and the scanner has just detected that they wanted a small chocolate. So we succeeded at sending chocolate to the thing. And we're sending a +1 to this. So, oop, that's scooping once. Scooping twice. Oh, that was too many. Okay, so these numbers should all be a bit bigger. All right, I'm never quite sure about those off by ones on that thing. So splort, and it leaves. Okay, great. Next, what is it they want? A medium chocolate. Well, I think we can handle that one just fine. I wish there were a pause button, but there's only play. Oh, if I hit step, does it? Okay, it does. So this is asking for a large chocolate. We're just gonna let that go through. I assume it's fine. Now they're asking for what? It looks like vanilla, right? Sure. So they're going through all the sizes of vanilla. The swirl is going to be the exciting one that I just want to make sure we step through. I think it's going to pass at this point, but I want to watch it more carefully. So it's scanning, and we're sending both chocolate and vanilla. Oh, and it's making a swirl. Oh, look at that. Okay, cool. I don't think there was a simpler way to do this than to use all these multiplexers, because we need... We need multiple different... We need an output chocolate channel and an output vanilla channel. And we need multiple different ways to activate them, which means we need to have an input that feeds into... I don't know. Maybe I didn't need a multiplexer for the chocolate input. Or the vanilla input. Maybe I only needed it for swirl input. Yeah, that makes sense, actually, because the the vanilla input I could just send directly to the vanilla channel output. It doesn't have to go through something else, I think. Anyway, cold? An illogical way to distribute the substance. I took a date here, but we had a fight, so I was standing there alone and angry and holding my ice cream. It was the perfect old-time human experience. Okay, so my time is about the same as most people. It's the same as almost everyone, but if you were smarter, apparently you could do a tiny bit better? A little surprising, because I think I followed the most direct path possible. The cost is higher than necessary, I think because I included 2 unnecessary multiplexers. Yeah, and in fact you can see, look, this is a multiplexer with 1 in and 1 out, so... we could just send this directly here. And this one also could go straight there. Gotta keep it all nice and sorted. Yeah, that seems fine. I don't know. I saved 2,000. It's not obvious that it did anything on the histograms. Apparently you can do a bit better than that too, huh? Well, I don't have any ideas. Looking at this, I see only perfection. Nothing is missing. Nothing is extra either. Right? I mean, we could move this closer. I don't see how that would matter. This has to wait for the tray, and you're not allowed to... You are allowed to move this thing, but it has to stay on the top row. Oh, I wonder if I could have used that to improve the area usage on Mumbai Chat. Probably not, right? Because... Oh, you can move this as well. So I could have moved the whole thing to the left and had more room on the right? Let's see if there was anything in that idea. Oh, no, we have a new message. One of the things people always talk about when they see old computer games is how quirky they are, how much personality they seem to have, how unrestrained they feel despite all of the huge technical limitations the creators were dealing with. Maybe one reason it was like that was because there just wasn't anyone to stop you from putting whatever you wanted into the game. Whatever weird idea or strange obsession you had, you could do it, even if it was based on a personal sense of humor that didn't always exactly land. Zach Maddox being a case in point. Yeah, Roller Coaster Tycoon is a game that makes me think about like the unbelievable technical challenges. Like, can you believe one guy made that in assembly language by himself? Unbelievable. I played that game, I mean, I wouldn't say a lot, but some as a youth. So Mumbai Chat. So would it have helped to be any further left? Maybe? But not if I have to push this any further left, because then it's still the same distance to get there, right? So the bottleneck time-wise is how long it takes to go through this fryer. Or to get to the fryer and go through it, right? It's how long from here to the exit, I guess, in one sense. If you assume that the time taken on these two machines is constant, because it is, then the only thing you can control is how far this is from the exit. This doesn't make any difference. Is that meaningful somehow? I have room to wiggle around with this tray if I need to. I don't see how that would help. Like, the dream I keep having is like, what if we could point the fryer down instead of left? But I guess the point of that would be that then there would be maybe less, you could squeeze this a little closer and not have to have as much horizontal space between here and here. But like, let's imagine, I guess. Oh, can I like load, is there a way to like save to a different slot or something? There is, right? Copy. Okay, so if we imagine scooting all of this over, and the sorter as well, and this is just, oh yeah, this is the fryer, right? So could we do this somehow? I mean, I don't think so. Because I could point the fryer down, right? That's fine. But I can't get into it in time after going through this thing. I assume? I mean, it doesn't look like it's going to get in there, right? And if I use any of this space, I'm completely losing all the advantage of scooting this a little closer. Now, if I scoot this further away, that's fine, but I don't think it helps anyhow, right? Right, like I could do this if I wanted. Oh, well, I don't know, maybe... What if... What if we went that way and put the fryer here? Well, that doesn't work. Because there's no place to route it out and then back in if we wanted to. Yeah, I don't see a way to do this without doubling back. Oh, this is how you can test specific orders. I see. There's only 2 on this one, but I could have skipped straight to the large swirl or something if I wanted to on the ice cream level. Okay, so I don't know what to do with that. Let's see if we can solve Kazam today. Get 3 of these knocked out. These small edible sustenance pockets are perfect for sampling and sharing. By ingeniously reducing the size of one systemic food unit, Pelmeni approaches a continuous volume while still maintaining its status as an assemblage of discrete objects. I don't know what Pelmeni is. Sounds Italian? Maybe it's chicken wings? I don't know. They order some number of pieces. Wow, okay. Alright, so we're just supposed to put out a specific number of something, I guess, on the tray. We don't have to cook them or nothing. Just put them on the tray. No new machines? Okay. Well. We obviously need to set a timer to do something many times, or a counter. The trick is, like, how do we fit all that on one counter? Well, so we need what? 1, 3, 6, 10, 15, 21. So we need a timer that has increments of 1, certainly. Well, yeah. Because the timer always starts at 0, so you have to, even if you want to just put 1 on. I can't have the timer start at 1 somehow without sending it that signal. So I only have 3 inputs to my timer to use for quantity. So some of these are going to have to replay, like, you know, for 10 and 15, we could group them together and send like the 5 input twice or the 5 input 3 times, for example. And I guess we could send the 1. And the 6 is a 1 plus a 5. The 3, I guess we could maybe just send a 3 directly, which seems sort of silly. And the 21 is a 1 and 4 5s. Okay. I mean, I guess then the 3 we could actually just have a 3 signal for and send that twice for 6. Or I guess a 1 and a 6 is about the same. Okay, so we need 2 of these sequencers then. Wait, 2? Okay, more than 2. We need a lot of these. We need 1 timer, that's for sure. So we need a -1, that's very clear. We need a +1, that's also clear. I think a -5 is pretty good. Let's put it down here. And do we just take 3s for the other one? It seems like it might be more efficient to use a 10, actually, in terms of, like, number of ticks used. I'm thinking here about, like, oops, minuses. What is the least efficient signal we're sending with this arrangement, right? To send a 1, we just need 1 signal. To send a 3, we need 3 signals. To send a 6, we need 2 signals. A 10, 2 signals. A 15, 3 signals. A 21, 3 signals. So everything is a little bit expensive, costing 1, 2, or 3, except for the 1, which is as cheap as possible. Whereas if we use like a 1, a 3, and a 5, we would improve how quickly we could send out a 3. It would take just 1 tick instead of 3. But our 21 would get worse. It would take 5 instead of just 3. And our 15 would take 3 instead of 2. So I think this is the most efficient way to group. Like, if you can only choose 3 numbers you can add, and you want to get to these groups of 6, any of these 6, I think this is probably the most efficient way to do it. So, okay. We need a bunch of multiplexers, too. So first of all, let's denote this one as the 1 channel. We should fire that if we get... Oh, can this thing handle multiple inputs at a time? Let's find out. Let's say I just did this. Is this allowed? Yes, it went to -6 right away. Okay, so thinking of the numbers, the number of some addends that you have to add up to a number, like I was doing a minute ago, is the wrong idea if you're trying to optimize, because you can send multiple at the same time. Interesting. Okay, fine. So what else needs a 1? Well, the 21 needs a 1. But that has to go through a multiplexer as well, I think. Because we also need the 21 to kick off a series of a 5 and a 10. Okay, so let's try to organize this a little better. The 1 channel goes there. That's the 5 channel. And that's the 10 channel. Now, how do we do a 3? Well, we have to send a series of 3 1s to the 1 channel, so we need a sequencer for that. That's pretty easy. So 3 start, send 3 1s. If you get a 6, we can do that with just a multiplexer, right? So the 6 is sent to the 1 channel and the 5 channel at the same time. Let's reorder those wires. 5 and 1. Okay, we're not going to run out of channel space, I think. The 10 needs to go to the 10 channel once, and that's it, right? So we can just wire that bad boy right in. The 15 needs to go to the 5 once. Nope, we need a multiplexer for that. Ah! Yeah, that's the 10. So we need to do the 15. So give me another multiplexer. This is the 15. It needs to go to 10. and also 5. Or 5 and also 10, I should say. And lastly, we have the 21, which needs our last, I think, multi-mixer. 21 goes here. No, here. And it goes first into the 1, and then also into a sequencer that plays back 2 10s. On the 10 channel. What a rat's nest. And then if I have an off by 1 error or something, I'm gonna throw myself out the window. But well, I mean, it's probably okay. Yeah, if we have to, we can send another -1 to here at the end. Or something like that. Maybe? Ooh, a little worried. Or use the +/0. So, now, if I... Let's say we receive a 1. The timer says -1 as expected, and it stays there. But what if I say... You know... Please make me a... What is that, 10? It also says 10. I guess I could look at the smaller ones. This, I assume, is 3. So it goes up by just 1. But it does it 3 times. And so eventually we get a 3. And if we ask for the 6, I assume we just instantly get a -6. Yep. So the 10 was easy. 15 should also be simple. Goes straight there. The 21 is the exciting one, right? But no more exciting than what we already did. So yeah, that gets a 21. Perfect. So we've demultiplexed this into a single number. A lot of work, but like pretty much all the work. Now the rest of it should be a piece of cake, right? Haha. I don't need a scanner for this. I can make do with just a sensor. Wait a minute. Is that what I was doing wrong on the earlier puzzles? I used a scanner when I could have used a sensor? Did I have sensors at the time? Oh, this is the bad solution. I do have sensors. Oh, but I didn't use a scanner at all on this one. Okay, never mind. See you later. Although... Do I need a scanner here, or do I just need a... I think I just need a sorter? Yeah. So there's my sorter. And... Oh, so how do you get the stuff on a tray? Alright, I don't quite understand that. You send the tray to this thing, and then you feed it poppadoms or whatever these are, one at a time. And you send it a signal telling it when to release, I guess. Which will be when my timer reaches 0. My counter. Okay, I guess it's not... unsurprisingly, the rest is not trivial, although this I feel like was the main bulk of figuring out how to even get numbers to work at all. So... how do I ask for Pelmini? I mean, I guess while this counts down, right? But I need to count how many I'm making and also how many I'm putting on the tray. I mean, if I had to, I could make another counter with the same number as this on it. I'd rather avoid that. It's not that bad, it would just cost like 3 more multiplexers or something. Or actually 1? In addition to the other counter, of course. I was thinking at first that I would put a multiplexer in front of these signals, and when we send like a 10, send it to this counter and to another counter. But you can do better than that by... well, maybe. By having this, like, whenever you would send a +1 to this, you send a -1 to another thing. So, like, you just count that the number that go through this one is the same as the number that go through the other one, without that other one having to know what the right number is. And then when that other one gets to 0, it can eject the tray. Is there some other way that we could just, like, be watching Pelminos or whatever go by? Pelmino? Pelmeni. If you could watch Pelmeni go by and be sure that no more would be coming, that might be kind of cool. Wait a minute. I don't have a way to like trigger this right now. I think I have to have it trigger itself, right? I have to flip all the signs finally so that we're adding 1, 5, 10 and subtracting 1. So that while it's positive, it just feeds itself saying, oh yeah, go ahead, keep doing work. Keep spitting out Pelmenis. Or Pelmeni is probably plural, right? And then when it's 0, it can say, all right, I'm done. The other thing is, like, maybe maybe we could find some way to just, like, unconditionally make Pelmenis and, like, let the timer that puts them into the tray be the gatekeeper of that, but I don't think that is likely to work very well. What happens, actually, this is an interesting thing to test, if you do this. And let's say that we just, for now, do this forever. Okay, so you're not allowed to have collisions. Good to know. So that is not the way to do it. So instead, this, I think, is counting how many Pelmeni to make, which is great. And does it need to send that number anywhere else? What happens if you just take a stacker and you give it, like, you say, please eject, even though there's nothing there? It seems perfectly fine with that. So in principle, maybe we could line up a stacker so that the first Pelmeni, or, yeah, that seems like it could work. So that, by the time the tray arrives, the pelmeni are already going in. If that makes sense. If we could set up like 0 input buffer in between this thing, or exactly the right synchronization between it and the tray. I'm still confused though about... I think it's saying you put like an empty tray there, and then you put pelmeni after pelmeni after pelmeni, right? So if I had the tray come in from one side, and I scanned, and the pelmeni come in from another side, and I sent them out to the stacker on the third side, and then on the fourth side I had a sensor. Then I could say, if there's no inputs, just go ahead and release. If there's nothing waiting to come in, you can release. I think that should work. Without needing another counter. How expensive are counters, by the way? Am I wasting my time? I mean, they're 5,000. Scanners or sensors are just also 5,000, but there would be more work involved in including another counter as well, I think. So let's see. Give me a stacker. Oh, I don't think we need a sorter anymore, by the way. Because the stacker is how we're going to control output. As long as this is positive, then you must both dispense a pelmeni and decrement yourself. Okay, I don't know this. I don't know how to make this look good. That's horrible. At least we can. At least we can fix how these wires look by putting this one here and that one there. Maybe this looks prettier? Yeah, I guess so. So we just have to put this at a place where it'll arrive right after the tray does. And they both have to come in from the same, so I can do like that, right? With a sensor here. Oh, but I want the opposite of sense. I want... when there's nothing here. Do I have that? Does that exist? No. Oh, like all modules and machines, waste bins are reset after each order is completed, so that's why it's okay that the timers act kind of weird at the end of an order. Do I not have a way to invert things? Yeah, I might need another counter. I don't think I can say eject when the sensor doesn't sense anything. I mean, maybe with a counter you can use a counter to simulate negation, probably. Probably, but it doesn't seem much better, really, than just having two counters that both count up to the right number, right? So the first one is going to count. We're going to have a... Okay, give me another counter. Although this one doesn't need to be a big one, right? This can be a small one. Because... Oh, God. When this is positive... Oh, no, this is fine. We're already sending the signal several places. When this is positive, we send a +1 to this, saying, okay, there's one more out there to be accounted for. Jeez. How do we count them as they go by? I mean... Make this a sensor? Not that, but this. Well, no, it kind of has to be the closest thing, right? We have to count how many are going by is the idea. But we have to do it at such a late time that we can't like count them as they, you know, as they go by here. Because then we'll be ordering to unstack while there's still pill many waiting to be added to the pile. So... I mean, we could almost eject when this thing says 0, but we can't really, right? Because there's going to be some delay before they get on there. Now, if we were really, like... No, this obviously doesn't work, because even still, there would be one here when we said to eject, so... I think we need the usual delay so the tray gets there first. Well, okay, so, I mean, I guess a sensor is still maybe the cheapest way to do this. I don't even know if it's a way to do this, but we put the sensor here. Then when this senses, we could send a -1 to this saying, okay, you have received one more. And when this is 0, say eject. I don't think this is right, but let's see what happens. Oh, so let's order a 1-piece, why not? Oh, right, but it senses the damn trays! That was one of the things that was bugging me, and then I forgot about it briefly, and everything seemed rosy. Well, okay, I mean, we could count the trays, too. If we added another multiplexer, of course, the solution to all of our problems is more multiplexers. So when this starts, or when this thing is positive, we can send a +1 in here. So this is now going to say how many objects should go in, including the tray. So it's 1. Oh no, but is this sending it twice or something? No. Okay. So, right, okay. So there's still one more to go, which is the pelmeni. We incremented for the tray and decremented for the tray on, like, practically the same turn. But that's fine. Now we scanned this, and... it worked! It's on the tray! Okay. So what happens if we want a 3-piece? One... oh no, it let go too soon! Why? Why did you do that? Because this went to 0. Oh, hang on. Stop. Order 2. Make a 3-piece. So this is 1. And then it went down to 0. And why aren't we ejecting that? We are. So why did... oh, it's because the 1 gets added instantly. Whereas to compute numbers that require multiple inputs, we take a little while. So I think we just need to, like, push all this stuff down a little bit. So that there's more time to compute the correct number before we scan something, before the tray gets there. Okay, so that works for 3, but I'm worried I might have broken it for 1 now because the stuff gets here before the tray does, right? Because I'm so fast. Oh, looks okay. Nice. Can we handle 6? No, there was a collision. Okay, so I don't know about the timing exactly. I'm just gonna do the obvious lazy thing. I'm just like, just make the buffer bigger, lol. I love watching that thing make 3 pelmeni. There's 6. Oh, it's beautiful. And 6 is what we're slowest at, isn't it? So I don't think anything else is going to be an issue. Here's our 10-piece. Yeah. Next up, 15. Is it all going to keep working? Very good. And finally, the 21 piece. The pièce de résistance. I don't know how to pronounce French properly. In particular, I don't know how they say piece. Pièce? I don't know. Incredible. It's a miracle. A little high on cost, huh? Interesting. Maybe it's all of the multiplexers? These are cute. They are like little foods. The point is to eat a few, not just one. The small size means easy distribution options for groups. Dang, how cool would it be to go back in time and actually eat this? Fun for the whole family, at least if you get the right number per person. Ha. So what the heck is a pelmeni? Let's look that up. Pelmeni. It is a dumpling. Okay. This still, like, I don't know. Some parts of this seem elegant to me. This idea of having a second counter here, it's like going back to the early fundamentals of what counting is, in a way. Like, accounting is just establishing a correspondence between two sets of things. There's this story, I don't know, we're way over time, but who cares? I don't really have a time limit. I remember, I saw it on like a documentary or something. Like, there's some tribe somewhere, or I don't know if tribe is even the right word, some society somewhere that's like about, you know, they have some agriculture, but they don't really have numbers. So what does a farmer do if he has like 25 sheep? You have to let the sheep go out to graze, and like when they come back, you got to know that you got all 25 of them, right? But if you don't know what 25 is, how are you going to count up to that, right? So what's described as the answer is, okay, well, I don't, have a specific number for how many sheep there are, but I'm just going to grab a big old, handful of rocks, little pebbles, and when a sheep leaves my farm, or my barn, or however sheep stuff works, I'm going to put a pebble into this other box. And when a sheep comes back, I'm going to take a pebble out of that box. I guess actually, it might make more sense imagery-wise to do it the other way, but whatever. But the point is, you let out 25 sheep, there will be 25 pebbles in the box, and when you have collected all 25 pebbles from the box, you know that none of your sheep are missing. If you, can't see any sheep, but there's still pebbles in the box, you know some of your sheep got lost, and you gotta go find them. And that's kind of the solution we're employing here, where this thing says, I'm just going to send out a signal every time I made a pelmeni. And this guy's like, well, I don't really have any idea how many pelmeni there were, but I know there must still be more, right? So, I don't know, I think that's kind of cool. This part does not scream elegance to me, it must be said. But, I don't know. I'm not sure what else I was supposed to do that would be better. It makes sense to split the input up, because, you only have... I mean, there are 7 different order types someone could make, right? You could imagine not using 7 multiplexers, but... They're not using 7 counters, but using 3. Where each of them has let's say this one has a 1, a 3, and a 6. Oh, there's only 6 inputs, so you need 2 of these. One has a 1, a 3, and a 6. And the other one has a 10, a 15, and a 21. And then they each feed into a counter that's like this one, that just says... I don't know what the total's going to be, but you just keep telling me +1, I'll keep adding, and I'll keep spitting out pelmenis. And then that feeds into another counter that tracks how many you've made. That would let us avoid the sequencers, and most but not all of these multiplexers, I think. Right? So we'd still need the one where this one feeds back into itself and stuff. But everything getting input from over here we could throw out, and it would be faster as well, wouldn't it? I think. It's an interesting thing to try. We've got a minute, sort of. I mean, depending on your perspective. So, if we erase the sequencers, and the first 6 multiplexers, we're left with a solution that I must say looks a lot simpler. And... Oh, is this only output 0? I thought it had something to do with positive or 0 or something. Oh, I see. These outputs... I was confused when I was looking at this one because I hadn't seen this yet. I said, oh, outputs tell you when it's 0 or positive. And I was like, it says 0 here, but I guess it means 0 or positive. No. This is strictly 0, but there's a fancier one that it lets you also ask if it's positive. So... if we give ourselves 2 big counters... Let's let this one be 1, 3, and 6. Like so. And another one here. which these both need to be able to feed into themselves to send something to someone else, right? But only into this slot, so I guess we need another multiplexer still. But this, when it's positive, feeds into this, which feeds into itself, but also into our official, you know, oven counter. These are just the order, the menu counters, the waiters, right? And so this needs a plus 10, 15, and 21. And it needs to feed into itself as well for a similar reason. And it can send... Well, it could send its input, or its every time it counts down, it could send that directly to... So we need a total of, I think. Well, actually, each of these could control the dough machine, couldn't they? Or whatever this is. I was thinking that they would send their outputs to another counter that tracks how much this should make, but in fact, they can just... When they send data to themselves, they can also send it to the oven in the same way that we're currently doing with this one. Now, we need yet another multiplexer, and so, like, this plan to save a bunch of multiplexers is looking a little bit more dubious, right? But when this is positive, send this. When this is positive, also send this. Oh, wait a minute. This is going in here anyway, right? I see. So maybe I don't need this one. So if either of these two is positive, we already got the wire from this one. But not if start. Oh yeah, if start, because that's the tray. Then add 1 to this. And whenever... Then add 1 to this. Ah, no. You have to... tricky. I was going to say add 1 to this and also make a Pilmeni. Pilmeni? Pelmeni? I've forgotten already. But the problem is that would make one for the tray as well. Well, that's fine. We'll just decrease each of these numbers by 1, right? So this is a 0, a 2, and a 5. This is 9, 14, 20. Now... Does that make sense? Whenever we get a start, we're going to, whenever we get a start or one of these numbers, we're going to make a Pelmeni and then tell the machine to expect one more object. The first one will be the tray. Hang on. No, that's right. So when the tray comes in, we're going to make an object corresponding to it, or a Pelmeni. Let's see what happens here. This might even be right. Oh, look how fast that is. Out like a shot. It went by too fast. Ah. Well, wait. Well, it was supposed to wait for 2 objects, but we told it to only wait for 1. So that makes sense why that's wrong. Because we only want to make 1 Pilmeni. If this thing both controls how many objects we're waiting for and how many Pilmenis we're making with the exact same counter, then it can't possibly be correct, right? So I think we do need 1 more multiplexer for these guys to drive to here. And let's put these numbers back up to the normal amount. Yeah, that one says 6. Okay. So at start, we power this. And when these guys say they're going to make a Pilmeni, we power this. But this isn't what controls the oven. We need 1 more, or not the oven, the Pilmeni mill, I don't know. Only when these guys are ready, and not when start is triggered, do we make another one. Okay, so that was 1. Yeah, this seems good. Definitely simpler. I liked the idea of, like, having a way to kind of break it up and, you know, but I guess just having 2 different counters was simpler. So how did I actually improve on things? 28 and 70, oh yeah, we can look at our same time, saved 9,000 bucks. But can I improve the time now? Probably not, right? Because, I mean, not without some algorithm change. Because the tray itself is just taking an absolute straight line path and just waiting for this thing to get piled in. And these arrive right after the tray every time. So there's not really any obvious time we could squeeze off. Squeeze out? It's very satisfying listening to that thing pile on the Pilmeni. Alright, well, a longer episode, but it's a tough game. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.